this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up with our physician, who I feel like I keep calling an alchemist, but maybe I don't. Maybe that's just some random part of my brain that has created this memory of me constantly calling the physician the alchemist. Anyways, that's besides the point, but we are catching up with her after a very uncomfortable and confronting session that she had with Queen Eden. Now, to get into what Xiomara is feeling right now and the actions she may take regarding this, we have to go through what happened in the mini-movie at the beginning of this episode. So, after their unsuccessful date at the end of the previous episode, Xiomara and Eden got into an argument outside of Guinevere Market, where basically Xiomara just went out and said it. She said, "This is exhausting. She can't take it anymore." And Eden was asking her, "What is exhausting? Tell me, are you talking about this courtship? Because you're the one who pursued me. You chased me." And Xiomara said that she regrets it. She just said it, guys. She said she regrets ever pursuing the queen and getting into a relationship with her. Now, Eden, understandably, was very, very upset by that. It was like knowing how childish Eden is and how much she was enjoying initially, the attention that Xiomara was giving her. I feel like for Eden, it's almost as though like a toy has been snatched away from her without her permission, and she's not happy about it. So she basically told Xiomara, like, "Do you even know what you were saying? You don't get to choose when this relationship ends." That's what she told Xiomara. And then Xiomara lashed out and said, "Then stop being a coward and end it yourself." And then with that, she basically broomed herself out of there and came back to the castle in front of the alchemy lab. And then she was sitting outside, being all upset and sad and moody and moping around. And then Meredith, she kind of saw Xiomara was out there by herself, so she went out to ask her if she was okay. And she said that, you know, she was there to listen if Xiomara wanted to talk about why she was feeling so upset. And Xiomara, rather than talking about it, said that she would rather just like have some comfort, right? Like some physical comfort right now. And just when these two were hugging each other, Queen Eden showed up and kind of witnessed the whole thing. And I mean, Xiomara was being a little bit flirty with Meredith regarding that. Because at this point, I think we've all kind of understood that Xiomara is a bit of a player. So she's being a bit flirty, and Eden caught that. Now, Meredith, obviously, she is quite innocent in these matters, so maybe she didn't understand exactly how the interactions might be perceived by someone else. But Xiomara and the Queen have not officially broken up. Like, they haven't ended their courtship, but they did have an argument about it, and it's the first big argument about it. Now, Xiomara, after getting caught, with Meredith by the Queen and the argument she had with the Queen, like after she's cooled down and the initial adrenaline has died down, she's actually very, very nervous. She's scared, she's nervous about what the Queen might do to her now that she's basically said their relationship isn't something she took seriously, and she just tried to end it with the Queen, with the flippin' Queen, and the Queen didn't take it too well, right? And so Xiomara's kind of now coming back into her shoes and remembering, I'm not even a full vampire. I'm just a hybrid. A few generations back, my people, the spellcasters, were persecuted by the vampires, essentially. And here I am, I've gained this much prestige, and I've managed to get myself into this much trouble. Like, I let the comfort I was living in get to my head, and if, bad things could happen to my ancestors before, what's the guarantee that these pure vampires aren't going to do something to her for playing with the queen's feelings. So she's a bit terrified, and as such, she wants to take some measures to make sure that she's safe. Like, she's so worried that the queen is going to throw her into prison, to capture her, torture her, something like that. She's just terrified, and she wants to do something to give herself just a little bit of a buffer. So she has been wanting to chat with Jamie. Now, what is Xiomara's plan? What's going through her head right now? Well, Xiomara has decided that rather than trust the female vampires who are just completely and utterly bound to the queen, it's probably going to be safer to her to go straight to the soldiers. But the thing is, the soldiers, they're loyal to Jamie, Jamie's loyal to Guinevere, and Guinevere, as far as everyone else is aware, is loyal to Eden. So I don't think Xiomara would feel as though the soldiers will have, any real reason to take her side. But she might be able to ensure that they do that by looking through the potions that she has and seeing if there's anything useful she can use on Jamie when she goes to visit him. That might... Xiomara, I am trying to assist you, honey. Come on. Anything that... What's going on? What is going on? What is happening with her? Hold on a second. She's just struggling a little bit. Okay. What is happening with you? Can we go here? Yeah. No? What are you, stuck, woman? Hold on a second, guys. She just seems to be a tad bit stuck. So let's unstuck her and get going. There we go. Please tell me you can get down now, because this is essential. Can she get... Yes, now she can. Okay, she was like really invested in that bookshelf, and she was kind of stuck in that bookshelf, but that's fine. We're gonna head on down, and my game is being a little bit laggy, and I hope you guys don't mind that too much. I mean, it's nothing new. All problems we've had before. From time to time. Sometimes the game works like super smooth. Other times, not so much. But that's fine. As long as it functions and I'm able to play it, I am not too bothered. But okay, Xiomara, she's gonna go look through her potion stores, and she's been quite upset because of that matter. And the queen is obviously quite sad about this whole thing as well, but she's also, I think she's sad mainly that, like I said, she lost, her toy. And a toy that was making her feel, at least initially. I mean, to be fair, the queen has, making her feel good initially. She has been miserable recently with the relationship as well. But I think because Xiomara was the one who brought it up, the queen's now a little bit cheesed off that Xiomara kind of decided on her own that it wasn't worth pursuing. Even though that was kind of the logical outcome. But anyway, Xiomara is going to look through all of the potions that she has, and there's one in particular that she's after right now, and it's right here, I think. The Potion of the Transcendent Charmer. Now, this potion is a banned potion, so she really shouldn't be using it. If the queen found out that Xiomara took a banned potion from one of her stores and used it, then she would be in big trouble. But right now, Xiomara is just so nervous, and she's so kind of freaked out by her situation that she feels it is a safer bet to take action into her own hands and not kind of leave it to fate. She feels like fate's not on her side right now. So she's going to take that potion of Transcendent Charmer, and she is going to meet with Jamie, because Jamie is the commander of the army, and she feels as though right now he's the only one, he's the highest one in the army's hierarchy that she can or might be able to manipulate. She does not have the guts to manipulate Guinevere, at all. So she's going to go ahead and meet up with Jamie, and let's see what happens with that. Okay, Xiomara is at the prison fort, which is where Jamie is, Commander Jamie. And she has been trying to convince him that maybe, they should work together for the betterment of the Coven's interests, right? I mean, she is a very skilled physician at this point. If we look at her spellbook, she's pretty much mastered alchemy, and she has started branching into untamed magic. So, essentially, she's a talent they don't want to lose. And helping her, as far as she's concerned, is helping the Coven in the long term, right? So she's trying to convince Jamie to work with her, and it seems as though Jamie is not entirely being convinced. Like, Jamie's pretty clear on the fact that he takes orders directly from the vampiresses themselves, and from the vampiresses themselves, and he hasn't received word from Guinevere or even the Queen, which, are the only two people who are supposed to be able to command him to do anything. Any of the other ladies, they need some sort of token from the Queen if they're passing on, her order to him. But he is very clear on who he's supposed to be listening to, and Xiomara is definitely not one of those people, especially because she's not exactly delivering a message from Guinevere or from Queen Eden. So Jamie isn't entirely buying what Xiomara's kind of telling him over here. So naturally, she wants to lash out at him and insult him, which, I'm not gonna lie, is probably not the smartest thing to be doing. So yeah, she is going to insult him because she's not too happy with the fact she's getting frustrated that she can't convince him. So she's had enough. She is going to drink this potion and charm the heck out of him. At least that is her goal. And it's interesting that they're at the prison fort because this is where Jamie, the commander, he's stationed. And this is where she thinks she's going to end up if she doesn't do what she's about to do. So she's kind of risking everything over here. Yeah, Jamie, in his right mind over here, he's noting down this incident because he feels like Xiomara is acting very strangely, and there's something concerning about this. But before he can do anything, Xiomara is going to drink that potion, use the power of the Transcendent Charmer, and see if she can't make Jamie just head over heels in love with her, which she has just gone ahead and done. So now Jamie is under her spell, so to speak. And he has no idea why, but he just feels this immense love for Xiomara right now. And he's basically open to listening to her now. Like, he suddenly doesn't feel as though there's a problem with anything she's saying, and she makes so much sense, and he loves her so much. Like, why wouldn't he do this for her? Why wouldn't he give his life for her, essentially, is what he's feeling. And it's not crossing his mind that the Xiomara is still, as far as everyone else is aware, involved with the Queen. No idea about any of this. It's not even crossing his mind. All he cares about is Xiomara. So what is Xiomara going to do with Jamie? What is she going to do with Jamie's resources? We will have to see. But I think now that she feels a bit more secure, she is going to give Jamie a basic rundown of the situation, that, she hopes the soldiers will protect her, that he will protect her, for the sake of their love, if nothing else. Well, guys, the plot escalates. Xiomara's plot escalates. We thought she was going to head back to Castle Eden and hope that nobody noticed she was gone. But Xiomara has realized that having Jamie on her side is not enough. She needs to have more people on her side. And she needs to have a vampiress, a pure vampiress, on her side. Now, Xiomara thought about it, and she realized that, look at this, flirt with Lady Elaine. She realized that Elaine, the castle keeper, is a pure vampiress. She's related to the priestess, but also she's the furthest away from the court. I mean, Lagatha, she doesn't really trust. Lagatha, as far as she's concerned, isn't really a safe bet, because Lagatha looks after the children, so, she's looking after Princess Kyra. So she's obviously going to be attached and loyal to the queen. And then she's had, a son with Jamie. So I don't know how kindly she'd take it if she found out that Jamie was acting strangely. She might not be in love with him, but he's the father of her child. And she might notice that he's acting strangely around Xiomara, and, it's just not normal. So she feels as though Elaine is a safe bet to have on her side. So she's made an unexpected visit to Castle Sheba. And, we know that Elaine's been watching the situation, but I don't think Elaine would have predicted that Xiomara is going to make this surprise and strange visit. And I don't know if she would have predicted that Xiomara is using a banned potion while she's visiting. So Xiomara is actually going to go straight to Elaine, and she's going to use the power of the Transcendent Charmer, because she wants Elaine on her side. She feels like she needs a vampiress as well as Jamie to kind of secure herself. And the castle keeper is her safest bet. So look at this. And she hasn't even physically met Elaine right now. Where is Elaine? Elaine's all the way up here. So Xiomara has obviously used some of the untamed magic as well as this potion that she has been practicing secretly, because she knows, obviously, unlike Jamie, where he's living alone, she can't exactly come up to Elaine while Catherine's here and while, these other soldiers who are under Elaine's kind of command, they're over here. She can't do this openly to her. So while Elaine is on the uppermost level of the castle, Xiomara has gone down to the basement level, making sure that, Blaze isn't exactly in the vicinity, and she's used some of that untamed magic to channel her powers all the way to Elaine and manipulate her, combining it with, the potion, the powers that the potion has granted her. She's channeled that through untamed magic, and now she has made Elaine fall utterly in love with her. So, oh my goodness. This is such a twist of events and just absolute craziness, I have to tell you. I did not expect any of this when I jumped into this episode. Maybe some of it, not to this extent, let me tell you. I predicted the first 14 minutes, and that was it. Not whatever the heck's been going on here. But she wants to go up and kiss Elaine. I don't know how that's gonna go down with everyone else. But you can see that Luciano is next to Elaine, and we know that Luciano is kind of Elaine's lackey. So if he's unaffected, surely he would notice what's going on with, his mistress, the one that he answers to. Because under her orders, he's been keeping an eye on, everyone else. And he would make note of the fact that Xiomara has come to visit. I feel like he would make note of that fact, that Xiomara has come to visit and Elaine has started acting strange after her visit. And so I feel like just over there he was conferring with Blaze a little bit. Blaze is going out to keep an eye on them as well. And where is Catherine? Catherine is right there. Okay, is Catherine going to take note of any of this? Or is she going to think that this is just a friendly kind of greeting kiss? I don't know. But Blaze is over here. He's escorting the physician around. But obviously he hasn't been keeping too close an eye on her because she managed to get away with something. So yeah, what is the situation? I think the Blaze would be unsuspecting. I think Catherine as well. I mean, Catherine and Xiomara were originally in love with each other. Everything started from them. And I don't know what Catherine thinks Xiomara is here to do, but because they've had a passionate relationship in the past, I don't think she would see anything out of the ordinary with Xiomara greeting her sister with a kiss on the cheek. Because I don't think Catherine would see it as anything more than that. But yeah. Xiomara, I mean, surely. Are you going to talk to Catherine? I feel as though... No, she's going to leave. She's going to greet Elaine. She's probably going to make it out as, she had something to tell Elaine, or it was maybe concerning the health of the coven, potions, maybe just checking up on everyone's health over here, since Elaine is, in charge of Castle Sheba. I think Xiomara is going to use the excuse that she was just making rounds and checking up on the health of everyone in Castle Sheba as the physician. And then she's going to take her leave. Oh my goodness. But while we're here, I just want to take a moment to enjoy the slowly degrading picture, because as this save file gets older and as we go through the generations, I feel like this image is just getting more and more pixelated. Have you guys noticed that? Is that something that happens in the game? Like, older pictures, the longer you play, feel like they get more and more pixelated. Like, I swear, when we were in Generation 1, this image was like way clearer than it is now. If that is the case, that would be interesting, though. I feel like that is pretty cool, especially if you play for a very long period of time. Then it makes sense, right? The pictures get more and more pixelated. It makes the newer images seem more current, but, also the older pictures makes it seem more ancient, which is cool. But, yeah. Lady Kalirana, one of our last ancient bloodlines, is it great-great-great-grandmother, I think, of Blaze and Luciano. Blaze and Luciano are actually, what, 4th generation? No. 5th generation. Because we had Kali, then Cynthia, then Ursula, then Sol, and then Blaze and Luciano. So she is their great-great-grandmother. But she was lovely. She and Ambrosia together. Their wedding portrait will forever be up here. And is this Lena? Oh my goodness, Lena, the batfish that we had all the way in Generation 1, is still hanging around, guys. All these years later, Lena is still alive. Lena, hello! We haven't visited you for a long time. But yes, we are going to get Xiomara. She is now going to return to Castle Eden, hopefully feeling a lot safer, unless she has some other plans and some other wild whim that I cannot keep track of. So let's catch up with her when... See, look, Luciano's thinking about Xiomara. He's like, what is she doing here? This wasn't a planned visit. We didn't receive any edicts from the Queen or anyone from the, the castle. So what is this visit about? He might talk to Elaine afterwards to kind of check up on what was going on. But let's take Xiomara back and we'll catch up with her then. Oh, Elaine, where are you heading off to, my love? So Elaine and Xiomara, they are currently at Guinevere Market before it has even opened, because Xiomara wanted to chat with Lady Elaine a little bit further, but she didn't want to chat with Lady Elaine while Catherine and Luciano and Blaze were in the vicinity, since they are not under Xiomara's influence. So she arranged privately, like in secret with Elaine, to meet at Guinevere Market, since the market is closed and, hasn't been officially opened by the Queen just yet, so people wouldn't suspect them as much if they were found here. If anything, the common folk would just think that Xiomara and Elaine are checking the place for the Queen, they're making rounds to make sure that everything is getting prepared according to plan and all of those kind of stuff. So she wants to chat with Elaine, and I think Xiomara wants to further, and she's going to joke about politicians. She's going to joke about members in the coven. Just a light joke to get into Elaine's kind of good books, even though Elaine is just utterly in love with her right now. And I think what she wants to explain to Elaine is Xiomara's situation. I mean, now that Elaine is sympathetic, look, she's flirting with her and everything. She wants to explain her situation a bit more clearly. And she also, I think, is wanting to tell Elaine that, Xiomara has always thought that Elaine should have had a place in the coven. Elaine is intelligent, she's kind, she's beautiful. She should be one of the direct members of the coven. And oh my goodness, what's happening here? What is happening here? So Blaze, while we're away, Blaze is writing a note or sending a note to Xiomara saying that I think I have a crush on Lady Catherine. Do you think it's worth a try? Oh my goodness, Blaze. Blaze, who has had a daughter with the Queen, is saying that he has a crush on Catherine. I swear, Catherine? You know what? I feel like a lot of people like Catherine, but Catherine's not a player like Xiomara. She's actually quite faithful, I feel. Kind of, I suppose. I mean, there was that misunderstanding with, who was it? Edgar, but I don't think she accepted him. I feel like she rejected his, proposal to court, or his offer to court. Xiomara is the one who's actually a player. But Xiomara right now, she's busy with Elaine. She's got other things to worry about than Catherine. Catherine's like the last thing on her mind right now, even though all of this was, the result of trying to get over Catherine. She's not in her mind right now, so I think Xiomara is going to just quickly, send a note back to him saying, yes, go for it, but she's not really thinking about it. So she's more focused on Elaine, but essentially she's telling Elaine that it's unfair that Elaine hasn't been able to actively take part in the coven's matters, and it might be time for them to fix those things, fix those mistakes. So she's actually telling Elaine that they could work together and try and make a spot for her in the, coven in Castle Eden. And everyone knows that there are only a set amount of positions in Castle Eden. Now, the only way they're going to be able to squeeze Elaine in is if someone else gets squeezed out. Now, who is that someone else going to be? Well, that's what Xiomara wants to plan with Elaine. She feels as though they could definitely work together and make something happen. And obviously she's doing this because Elaine is now utterly in love with her, and she wants someone that can defend her in the main castle. Like, she wants someone in Castle Eden who can stand up to her. I mean, yes, Jamie is on beck and call, but Jamie is, again, far away. He's not going to be stationed at the castle. He could gather the forces and defend Xiomara, but at the same time, she wants someone who's going to, directly be there to help her. And that's the reason why she's encouraging Elaine in all these matters. Now, we know that Elaine has been wanting to do this herself. She's been wanting to get into Castle Eden herself. But she's decided to, take a back seat and kind of just see what's happening. However, now the situation has changed because she is in love with Xiomara, and what Xiomara is proposing does align with her vision and, her goals of what she wants to do. So, I don't know, guys. Is Elaine going to take Xiomara up on the offer? I mean, she is impressionable right now, so I feel like she would find everything that Xiomara says appealing. So what are they going to do from here on? What are they going to do? And then, while this has been going on, Blaze has realized that he likes Catherine. And I mean, to be fair, Even though he murdered the queen, he and the queen are not by any means in love with each other. That was just an act of procreation. So, he's free to pursue a relationship with someone else if he wants. I don't think the queen's gonna have a problem with it. She doesn't have any feelings for him whatsoever. And Catherine is available as far as everyone else is concerned because she is. She and Xiomara, apart from that one very awkward conversation, haven't really had much interaction with each other. In fact, Catherine has been going out of her way to avoid Xiomara so that they don't cause any more issues. So okay. We still haven't ended up at Castle Eden. Xiomara has just been out the whole day, scheming and planning and meeting people. So what's gonna happen, guys? I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, now that Xiomara is back at Castle Eden, finally after being out for the whole day, it is starting to bother her that Blaze sent that note saying he has feelings for Catherine, and she wants to chat with Lady Catherine. She wants to invite Lady Catherine over to find out what happened between them because it is really bothering her. I mean, at the time when, she got Blaze's note, she rushed a quick reply or message via bat. She rushed a quick reply because she was busy with Elaine regarding matters of her flippin' life. But now that the thing with Elaine has been wrapped up, and they've, parted ways for now, her mind is, back to Catherine. So she wants Catherine over so that they can talk about this whole Blaze situation that she's not happy with at all. So let's see if Catherine is going to want to come over. Okay. And then we'll see how things go between Catherine and Xiomara. Now, their relationship, romance, has... Oh, Catherine is not wanting to come. Oh, Catherine! Catherine, are you gonna come if someone else invites you, maybe? How about Meredith? How about Meredith, who is in her... Oh, she's about to be in a 3rd trimester very, very soon. Look, Catherine's I'll be right over. So essentially, as far as I'm concerned, I think Catherine has truly decided to put her relationship with Xiomara to rest. I mean, she's going out of her way to avoid her. She's not wanting to do anything untoward. So I feel like Catherine is being quite upright in her treatment of this whole thing. Xiomara is the one who's clinging on to her. Now, Xiomara and Meredith, they have this slight romance going on, but I don't think that's Meredith having feelings for her. I think that's just Xiomara flirting with Meredith while she's trying to get comfort from Meredith, right? Meredith is kind of innocent in these matters. Meredith, in her mind, is thinking that she's just comforting Xiomara and that's it. Now, because Catherine is refusing to meet with Xiomara, I think Xiomara would have asked Meredith for a favor and asked her to invite Catherine to the castle because she can't think of any other way to get her to come. And as we just saw, Catherine has no problem if Meredith is the one inviting her. But Xiomara, she is going to go down and she's going to essentially talk about the cold temperature between them and their relationship, and she's going to confront her about Blaze. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep things cordial between them or what's going to happen, but Catherine, has been keeping her distance. And mind you, this whole time, Xiomara and the Queen, they still haven't ended properly their courtship. If we look, it still says, they're together. But they still have this personal rift between each other. And Xiomara and the Queen, they have not spoken to each other ever since they had that argument at Guinevere Market. They parted ways, and the Queen saw her with Meredith. They haven't said a single word to each other since then. But okay, Xiomara, she's gonna be all nice to Catherine, but then I think she's gonna start poking and prodding and asking questions about Blaze. And I don't know how Catherine is gonna take this. So it seems as though initially they are being quite cordial with one another. And I think Xiomara is like that heart that we saw, the plus hearts, is probably just Xiomara trying to get she's trying to gauge Catherine's feelings, and she's trying to remind Catherine that she's not over their relationship. Meanwhile, Guinevere and Eden are bonding in the background over there, doing their skating. So, okay, these two, I mean, I wonder, look, Guinevere, did you see that? I was like, I wonder if the Queen notices this. I mean, she probably sees them, but I don't know what the Queen would think about it. Now, Guinevere, she was over there skating with the Queen, but there was a second where she kind of just stopped, stood, and looked at these two, and I wonder if she's kind of noticed the conversation that's going on there. Look, she was trying, did you see that heart? I think Xiomara was trying to express her feelings for Catherine, but Catherine, she just got up and left. Catherine ended the conversation and she left. As soon as she kind of realized where the conversation was going, where Xiomara was leading it, she decided to get up and leave. I mean, Catherine is not stupid. She sees the Queen and Guinevere there. She doesn't really care what Xiomara has to say. As far as she's aware, the facts are that Xiomara is the one who pursued the Queen, got into a relationship with her, and is still in a relationship with her, and is now trying to keep Catherine roped in. And Catherine's not having that. She's not having that, and Xiomara is obviously very, very frustrated by this whole thing. But okay, everyone else seems to be doing fine, and Meredith over here is in her 3rd trimester. So I wonder if we could get Meredith up just so we can take a look at her. Oh, Meredith! Guys, Meredith is going to be having her little one soon. She's going to be having her little one soon. It would be so nice if it was a little girl, wouldn't it? It would be so nice if it was a little girl. Okay, Xiomara, given how frustrated and upset you are, why don't we check up on Aura Luna? Because I don't know if you've been... Look, Aura Luna's bowl is empty. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, the little box is empty, which is fine. But let's go feed Aura Luna. Because you should take care of your familia. Like, seriously. You should take care of your familia. It is not cool to leave your familia without food. And how is your relationship? Okay, I mean, she has got a really good relationship with Aura Luna. So, you know, there is that. But let's go. Let's feed Aura Luna. I mean, this is the bare minimum that you have to do for your magic cat. So let's ensure that so Aura Luna can come and eat her fill. Aura Luna, where'd you go? Where's she hanging around? Oh, she's hanging around the front. Look at her run. Look at her run. She's like, food. I rarely get foods. Okay, she's gonna run through the entire castle, which is fine, I suppose. Okay, and in terms of needs, how is everyone feeling? I mean, everyone's just a little bit thirsty. Okay, Guinevere, you're obsessed with, like, training and exercising, but why don't you come and take a shower and just clean yourself up. Clean yourself up. And then Eden, yeah, she is sore, she is exhausted, she pulled a muscle. Okay, Eden, I feel like maybe you need to take a break, you need some rest. But yeah, this was essentially, I think, Guinevere and Eden bonding with each other. And also, I feel like this was maybe Eden's way to channel her frustration at what happened between her and Xiomara. She just decided to spend the day with her twin, with Guinevere, just skating and training and skating and training and getting her mind off whatever it was that was bothering her. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.